welcome. So, as I said in the introduction, what we are going to do today is just do some breathing practice. Wait, is it even 7:30 yet? Yes, it is. It's after. The breath practice reduces stress. And, in no way am I talking about meditation because I can't do it. Even sitting doing breath practice for a few minutes is going to be a challenge. But what I want to talk about and show is simply some ways of trying to bring down stress level, regardless of what the stress is. Maybe it's from training this weekend. I was up at the Fat Bike Berkey and did had some significant breathing problems, and so the whole race was really a challenge. So it was 3 hours of essentially having asthma problems. So there's a lot of stress still left, from that, from traveling. So whatever your maybe my wife coming home from teaching and my kid coming home from school, they had their own stresses. So it's whatever stresses is stress. So what I'm going to do is take a strap, and you can take a belt, anything, and kind of wrap it around my post-dinner belly, and put it together here, and pull it really tight so that I look skinny. No. All right, so all I'm doing is taking the strap and having it on my belly, maybe a little bit below my belly button. And I need to be not tight, but snug, because I'm using this as my mental cue to push out. So that's too tight. So I want to be able to push my belly out against the strap or the belt so that there's something very concrete to push against. So we're just going to stay in this easy pose. And in easy pose, the seated pose, you can sit any way you want to. You can have your legs out, you can have your knees up. I'm sitting on a block just to open up the hips a little bit. It should be something that's comfortable for you to sit for a while. And I may switch my legs around later. The only thing that's useful in terms of the physiology of breathing is to have a relatively straight back, simply to allow your diaphragm more access, in a way, to come down and have more space to move. If you're hunched over, your gut is mushed, and it's harder for your diaphragm to get stuff out of the way. So we're going to start. You can have your eyes open, you can have your eyes closed. I am not doing a meditation, guided meditation. I'm not doing any kind of, there's no soft music here anywhere. Because honestly, that stuff is useful for a lot of people. It doesn't work for me. It makes me a little crazy. I get edgy sitting still to begin with. That's thanks to the adult ADHD. So practicing the breath is the way that I can sit still for a little bit. So first of all, in and out through your nose, mouth is closed, not like, but just gently closed. Have your tongue up on the inside of your top teeth, and just work on breathing in and out through your nose. All right, now we're going to start working on breathing into your belly. So I have the strap or the belt, a towel. You can even just use the waistband of your pants and kind of pull them up a little bit. That's another thing to do, especially if you have elastic. But simply to push against something. So what I want you to think about is to focus your attention on pushing your belly out in the inhale. So you're going to be pulling a breath all the way in through your nose, all the way down, and then relaxing and just letting your belly come back naturally. Don't push, just relax. It's kind of like, it's an unfortunate metaphor in a garage full of bicycles, but it's kind of like having a really slow leak, and you're just letting your belly leak back out through your nose. That's a weird analogy. All right, so let's try it a few. Push against, inhale, and push against your strap or your belt or your pants, and then relax through your nose. Focus your attention on the air coming in to your belly against the strap. This is what we're going to work on for a few moments tonight. It's going to be a very short recovery session. But what I want to practice is your breath capacity, because if you can learn how to do this kind of nose and belly breathing, and if you can learn to do it on the bike, if you can learn to do it while running, which is way harder for me, it's a great way of practicing staying calm. It's also a pretty good way of knowing you're in the right kind of endurance moderate zone. It's not a great tool, but for most of us, the majority of us, it's a really good tool for knowing that we are riding in a moderate zone. Because your heart rate gets up a little bit higher in running, it makes it a little more challenging. So we're just continuing. We're going to try to start counting the breaths. Better yet, counting our focus on the breath. So the focus of our attention on the process of inhaling, the whole thing, and then the relaxing out through your nose. Actually, the strap is really helping. I've just been using the waistband of my pants. But the position of the strap right underneath my belly button is helpful in focusing my attention. So try to get up to 5 complete in and outs focused on your breathing. Focused not just on your breathing, focused on your attention is focused on the inhale coming through your nose into your belly and then back out. Well, I've gotten one. And I practice this a lot. So the key for me is to keep focusing my attention on pushing against the strap. That centers everything. Let's do a couple more. And we're going to do one movement while we're seated here. bring your hands up on top of your head. And what we're going to do, I'm going to readjust the strap. It just moved up. We're going to keep practicing your breathing. We're going to inhale and then exhale and tilt over to your right. When you're done with the inhale, the exhale rather, inhale and come back to center, and then exhale, roll over to the other side on the exhale. When it's all leaked out, come back up on the inhale, and go over to the other side. So this is the kind of movement that works to combine traditional stretching, I guess you'd call it, of yoga, and the kind of breath work that promotes a deeper stretch. And that's what we do in our yoga classes. All right, let's come back. So the idea is that on one hand, the research shows pretty clearly, or suggests pretty clearly, that static stretching, holding a stretch, does not really work very well. And in fact, it can be a little bit harmful. What works better is kind of a progressive stretch where you get into the stretch on the exhale, inhale, come up, exhale, deepen, exhale, come up, or inhale, come up, and continuing that. And so that's what we're incorporating just with this. So what we're going to do is, I had said we were going to do child's pose, but I think what we're going to do is just do a cows and cats in a tabletop position, because in that pose it's much more easy to practice the breath work, and you can still have the strap or belt around your belly. And so I'm going to inhale and come into a cow, and that means I'm going to drop my belly, stick my butt out, and lift my head up. When my inhale is done, I'm going to exhale. I'm going to push my back out now, tuck my hips under, and drop my head. That's the exhale into cat. And then inhale into a cow, pushing against the strap. And then exhale, relaxing the breath and letting it leak out. Inhale into cat, cow, cow. I'm focusing on the breathing, and it's like I can do one thing. And then exhale, relax. Do a few more of these. I hope you're going at your own pace. Good. All right. So that is going to be it for Yoga for Recovery tonight. It is a great thing to practice that breathing pattern into your belly. You can do the Urkel and pull your pants up higher to your belly and practice breathing into your elastic or the top of your pants or shorts. You can use a yoga strap, you can use a belt, whatever works. But that is probably the most effective recovery tool, simply because it helps you relax. We have class tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., Thursday evening at 6 p.m., although not this Thursday because I will be in Madison doing a presentation. We have on-demand yoga classes that I take video, I record a video of all of these classes, and they are on the website. So go to simpleendurancecoaching.com/yoga, and that will give you all the information that you need. Also gives you the information on our strength training and coaching programs. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope to see you soon. Again, Tuesday morning, it's your free class if you sign up using the code Everyday Yoga, and that's the code to get your first class for free. And then it's ridiculously cheap from there. You can buy a package for to pay for 4 classes, and you get 8 classes. So I just want people to be doing this and trying it and seeing how much it works, because it really does. Especially as endurance athletes, it really makes a difference in our mobility and in our strength and in our capacity to recover after hard workouts. All right, thanks. Have a good night.